Swamiji, do we always meditate upon the meaning as we do the mantra? Yes, Jill. You need to meditate on the meaning as well as the form because it's a complement. It is the two aspects of the same thing. You can mechanically repeat just that name without thinking of its meaning or the form, but you are using a lot of your time and energy in a very kind of limited way. Why don't you go ahead and using that same time and energy, do it correctly? That will help.
I send a message before that.
What should I do at that point? Well, what should you do at that point? Keep on repeating. I've just got half of your message here. What's the whole thing?
So let me read the whole thing. I have been practicing japa yoga for at least 15 years. I have one doubt, Swamiji. As we go deeper on the mantra, means my listening of the inner mantra is so subtle. It has been Swamiji, what should I do at that point? I feel a kind of suffocation when my listening of a mantra is too subtle. Breath is almost going to stop. I feel suffocated. What should I do at that point?
Why should you feel suffocated? It's a remarkable development when you are repeating and the repetition has become subtle. You're hearing it with your subtle sense of hearing. The breath automatically stops when one is concentrated, one is absorbed. You don't have to feel suffocated. Your body can remain with that low level of breathing. Absolutely don't feel suffocated. You are so used to breathing so deeply, but it is found that as we concentrate, our breath stops, our breath slows. Try to tell your mind, don't feel suffocated, it's all right. After you come out of that absorption, then you can take deep breaths, but you don't need so much of breathing when the mantra becomes subtle. There are certain animals and you can say insects also, they breathe very slowly. Bears, when they go into hibernation, or the animals also, their breathing drops down very slowly. Yet they don't suffocate, they don't die, you don't have to worry, don't panic. Think of the subtle meaning of that mantra that arises. Don't think of the breathing.
Want me to read another question? Every time you give opinions.
No, nothing is coming up here.
Every time you give opinions of various names, like Jesus, or Buddha, or Krishna, you skip Allah, or Prophet. Is it an unintentional miss or a theological reason?
No, there is no teleological or no kind of bias here. There is one supreme deity, call it by other names. So if you want to say Allah, yes, you can go ahead and say Allah. You cannot take the name of the prophet, They will say peace be upon him. You've got to say the prophet, the Paigambar, peace be upon him. But you can take the name of Allah. Allah has 100 names. Take any one of these names. There is no kind of bias here or anything like this. The name is the same as the meaning, like I said. Delve deep into it.
Next question. Maharaj, it has been a great journey, and now I am enjoying meditation. But listening to various lectures of Upanishads, the devotion becomes somewhat diluted. What do you do?
Diluted? No, your devotion should not get diluted when you listen to all the Upanishads. Because devotion is another form of knowledge. I hope you understand this. Knowledge and devotion are two. And that's why Sri Ramakrishna said Jnana Mishra Bhakti, knowledge mixed with devotion. It's always when you love something, you know that thing. When you know the thing more, you love that thing. So you may not have a kind of old attraction for temples or deities or this and that, but you will start loving that reality, the Atman. In fact, the Vedanta says, Swaswarupanusandhanam bhaktireva garita. In order to meditate or know the Atman, the bhakti is very effective. So to know the Atman is actually devotion. So don't worry. Remember, it should not dilute. Knowledge will not dilute your devotion. It should increase your devotion. Okay.
Another question. What kind of mala or rosary should we use?
When we'll come down to that particular aspect of this mantra yoga. So there are rudraksha, get a genuine one, or a tulsi, basil beads, or a sphatika, the crystal. These are generally the three which are used. But depends on your personality. Now, if you have a Shakta or a Shaiva mantra, it's good to use, or a Vedanta mantra, it's good to use the Rudraksha. If you have a Vishnu mantra or Rama mantra, you can use a Tulasi. And Sphatika is kind of general. It's expensive, and so very few people can actually have that Sphatika mantra, japa.
So, Krishna Das, he's still concerned with this suffocation. And he goes, mantra is coming from the heart like subtle sensation. Breath is almost going to cut off. That time only I come out from mantra sadhana because of suffocation.
Why should you suffocate? That idea of suffocation inside with the mantra going on should not happen. So I would expect you to be sitting straight. Okay, sit down straight, sit down comfortably, and as you keep on doing, when you become subtle, your perceptions become subtle, your mantra has become subtle, what happens is you lose body consciousness. How can the two things go together? How can you have the consciousness of your body and your breath at the same time? You have a subtle perception of the mantra. At one point of time, the mantra becomes subtle when it has become detached from your breath. We'll take this up in one of our third or fourth class so you can get an idea why I'm trying to emphasize this. Body consciousness will be different from the mantra japa, subtle mantra japa. Okay? So you won't feel suffocated. And if you feel suffocated, then yes, you stop doing japa and you start breathing deeply and then again do it. Okay? But the two should not generally be together. Suffocation as well as subtlety. Either is one of the two things.
How do we dwell upon complicated meanings such as the Mahamrityunjaya?
What's complicated meaning is just the meaning is saying, oh, please save me from death. Oh, Shiva, please save me from death. That's one of the reasons why we find that a mantra proper is nothing but a condensed prayer, a condensed long prayer. So you can dwell on its meaning in a very concise way instead of a long one. In that case, you will have to have that meaning constantly in your mind with every word that you say. Urvarukamiva bandhanat mrityurmukshya mamritaat. So you will have to visualize the meaning of those words as you keep on repeating that. So what is the meaning of that? Or you can just meditate, visualize the form of Shiva. Simple as that. Visualize Shiva and repeat this mantra, thinking of its meaning.
Another 2 more questions. I sometimes feel restlessness after Gayatri Japa because of bad thoughts coming. I try to control and my mind feels tired. Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing the wrong way?
Bad thoughts should not come. Only the thoughts of the mantra should be there during Gayatri. You have been mixing up the things. So do one thing. Just while doing japa, keep on doing just the japa and the meaning of it. It is true that japa will stir the contents of your mind. So avoid watching movies or reading stuff which evoke those kind of images and responses. Stop meeting such people who just talk about all the, you can say, the bad things. So your mind will slowly get nourished by the japa. So it's just like a food, you know. If you eat bad food, your health goes down. If you eat nourishing food, your body is nourished. So that's it.
2 last questions. Mantra is given by your guru. Sorry. Is it okay to repeat different mantras, or is it better to stick to one?
Oh no, you better stick to one mantra that your guru has given. We'll come down to this. The mantra has different levels. Though it appears one, it has various levels. Please remember that. Okay. So you give.
Swamiji, pranam. What if someone keeps on meditating and go into samadhi? I know the goal is samadhi, but it also feels scary. It feels that I will lose control and never come back from the meditation.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. It will take maybe decades of doing japa and then getting into samadhi. And once you get into samadhi, it's all bliss and bliss and bliss. It's tremendous bliss. You don't have to worry about all that kind of thing. I want you to concentrate on the repetition of the name correctly. Okay. So when we come down to that, I'll tell you what exactly will happen. Okay.
Wait, sorry. Swamiji, is Bhagavate a sufficiently universalizable word that you can work for any ideal?
Bhagavate is, the meaning of Bhagavate is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is, you can say, it's an English word now. It's like word God, the personal God. That's it. So I used it's in the sense of a generalized meaning. It's not a particular. Otherwise say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vishnu, or Om Namo Bhagavate Ram Krishnaya. So I'm not using those. So Bhagavate, you can take any. Use this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, whatever you like. Keep on repeating it. So it's a generalized meaning of the Godhead. Okay, there is another Bhavani. It's okay to repeat different mantras, or it's better to stick to one. Like I said, it is important that you stick to just the mantra that a guru has given. Because like I said, these mantras which I will be repeating to you are generalized. But your guru has given you what is specific. So repeat that only. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.